Hello, this is the Queen Who cares for you. I hope everybody's having a wonderful, phenomenal, safe Monday. Ha- Having a marvelous Monday, a magnificent Monday, and everything is going your way. You're living life on your own terms, with your own responsibilities and agreements, and doing things the way you see fit for it to be done. But I just wanted to come on today, a little short video today. I'm gonna try to make it short. And I just did a video about the crime and all that stuff in Atlanta, and I was telling you about those, a lot of these little corner gas stations here in Atlanta, Georgia. You have to be careful. If any of my subscribers live here in Atlanta, Georgia, please be careful going to all them little corner gas stations because yesterday I was looking at and I said to myself, I just was talking about this, and I turned on the news this morning, and I believe they say it happened in Gwinnett County between Jimmy Carter and Peachtree Street, and it was a shootout there, and this guy in his black African American guy in his 40s was found dead behind the gas station. And I said to myself, now I just was telling my subscribers about these gas stations. I mean, you go to some of these places, it's like cowboys and Indians, shoot 'em up cowboy. I mean, what could have? Well, anything could have took place. No telling what could have took place. It could have been road rage. It could have been some rival gang. It could have been somebody cut somebody off. It's just unlimited what it could have been. But I just want to tell y'all, just to be careful, be careful, be careful, because I tell you, it's just so much going on. When I tell you so much going on, there's a lot going on. I mean, come on now. I mean, it's crazy out here. It's really crazy out here. That's why I say I used to get my gas from like Sam's Club. I get it from Kroger's. Racetrack. Even Racetrack, you got to be careful too, because the one I stay across the street, um, it be a lot of people up there and stuff, but they do have a police up there. I could say that police is always one or two police is always up there at all times. So, but the only thing about that is just stay crowded so much here you just can't much get in. The best time to go if you're gonna get gas at Racetrack across the street from where I live at. You best to go early in the morning, like 5 and 6 in the morning, 7 at the latest, or late at night, like 11 or 12. That's the only time that you can get some gas. But other than that, it's crowded. Racetrack is a little fast place where you can get your coffee and your little breakfast. Your last minute stop to get something to eat before you go into work. But you can go to what's the other one? Racetrack, and they got the other one QT. Racetrack is not. No, QT is cross street from me. I'm sorry, QT is across the street. Racetrack is a nice. It's a nice one too. It's a decent one. I never heard anything. I try to go in decent areas to get my gas. I tell you, because I mean, it. You know what? It's sad here in America where you just got to, be watching your back at all times. I mean, y'all people from other countries, y'all want to come here, but y'all just don't know. Y'all gonna have to, y'all, yeah. I like my advice to y'all: make y'all money and get out. Make your money and get out. Wherever country you from, go back to your make your money, make your money. Don't um don't waste it on foolishness, material things, and all this kind of stuff. Build your house where you come from. You is safer, and especially if you come with a family and all this kind of stuff, you need to just make your money and get out. Because I'm telling you, the American dollar done went down, and we know that America is going down. A lot of people know that America going down. Look, you know what? I was yesterday. Why I've been laid up. I like I told you, I pulled my muscle and everything, so I've been laid up, and I've been watching a lot of documentaries, YouTube, and all this kind of stuff, and a lot of my favorite YouTubers. I watched this guy. You see him? I played with Go Black to Africa, and he going through all these different African states and all this kind of stuff. I mean, I'm sorry, African countries, and he's letting the us know what's going on out there over there. And he was like, I mean, I think he been over in America for a month. He spent with his wife, and then he is back now in the Africa country. And he was saying, "Oh, I'm so glad to be back in Africa because he said I ain't got to watch my back and worrying about who gonna just break off and shooting." And hey, and I mean, I never been nowhere where nothing took place like that, but I can imagine, you somewhere and somebody just. I don't even much want to imagine. I really don't. I don't even much want to imagine. I'm gonna take that back. You always say, "Be careful of your words," and I I don't want to imagine, and it would never happen to me. But it does happen, and you somewhere getting gas or in a store and all this kind of stuff, and kids in school, somebody breaking their shooting, and long as you got these gun laws here in America, and you got these gun shops and all this kind of stuff, you're gonna always have this kind of crime. It is not gonna stop. It is not gonna stop. It's no way it can stop, unless you get like these other countries that do not allow the citizens to have guns. As long as you allow the citizens to have guns, this stuff is going to be taking place. It's going to be taking place for sure. It's going to be taking place. You can bet on that. It's not going to stop. When you get like these other countries, you can go to jail for carrying a gun. You're not allowed to, as a citizen, to walk around with a gun. I mean, you can have, it's 15 and 16-year-olds can get guns and all. That's why you hear all this killing, and shooting and murder and all this kind of stuff, because anybody can get their hands on a gun. And if they are minors and they are not old enough to get a gun, trust me and believe, they know somebody that can get that gun for them. And you're going to always have this. This is going to be going on until the end of time, because they make it too easy for people to get their hands. They got to do something about these gun laws. They really do. Now they're making it where first they said it was going to be 22. You got to be 22 to have a gun. Now they say you can be 18 to have a gun. I mean, come on. Do you really think a 18-year-old, 18, a lot of 18-year-olds is mature enough to handle a gun? No, they're not. They're not. Look what something now. This did happen not too far from me. A crime happened up the street from me. It was at a. I'm trying to think of what's the name of this place. You go and get your car fixed. Oh my God, what's the name? I'm trying to think. Tire Plus. It was a place called Tire Plus up the street. This is where you go in, if you need anything going on with your car and stuff. Oil change, tires, whatever, mechanical work, whatever. Okay, this guy, he brought his car to get a oil change. No, brakes fixed. He brought his car there and get a brake fix. And he took his car up there to get the brakes fixed. And he gave the keys to this young man. They said this young man just started. He was very enthused about. I don't know if I, talked about that on my previous video or not, but if I did, I'm gonna tell you again. But he was very enthused. Nice looking guy too. Very nice, handsome young boy, like in his early 20s or something. So he was willing to learn. He was ready to learn everything. Moving up, he wanted to move up in the country, and he took the man keys and everything. And how they do when they finish. Preparing your car, when they finish working on your car, they just drive it around or whatever and make sure that everything's working properly. Okay, the man comes back, pick up his car. He see the boy testing out his car. Don't you know he pulled his gun and just murdered that boy right there. Right there. I was surprised. Up the street, right there. That like a drive for me, nothing but a 5-minute drive. He pulled out his gun and unloaded on that boy and killed him. And then they said, the workers say, look like the man just snapped. Say, look like he just lost it. And he probably was mental illness. And you got a lot of people walking around here with mental illness. And the sad thing about it, they carry guns. They can snap at any time. Now, you killed the innocent person. Talking about the boy was trying to steal your car. How the boy was trying to steal your car when you came there to get your brakes fixed, gave him the keys to your car to work on your car, and you talking about when you come back and you see him driving your car, you talking about he trying to steal your car. That's mental illness right there. He killed that boy dead right there on the side of the road up the street and off the Cato Road here. And that was just a sad situation. That just really broke my heart. I mean, just in his life, like the boy at work working. I mean, my God, at work working, and so I mean they arrested him and stuff, but I mean I don't know what became the crime of, the situation. What I'm quite sure they prosecuted him because that was just cold blood murder. But like I'm saying, everybody do not need a gun in their hand. Everybody do not. Everybody do not. I think the only people should be walking around here with guns is the police department. If detectives and stuff like that. If you in law enforcement, yeah, in law enforcement, but you got so many rights to bear. I see people getting out the car with all these guns on their hip. They look like they want you to look at me. I got a gun. You better not mess with me or don't look at me wrong because I will use it and all this kind of stuff. I got sources telling me, telling you need to get a gun. You need to get a gun. But you know what? I do not like guns, and I truly believe that guns have energy to bring bad things to you. And I'm not carrying no gun. The universe is protecting me. Hey, as long as I protect myself, watch myself, the universe is guiding me. My ancestors is encamped around me, protecting me, looking out for me at all times. The universe leading and guiding me to where to go to stay safe. And just like I say, pay attention to your intuition, your gut feeling, because your gut feeling is going to lead you. That is the high version of yourself. So y'all just stay safe out there because I tell you, it's just so many instances I hear, especially here in Atlanta, and I hear it everywhere. I look, like I say, in my YouTube feed, I see where a guy killed his wife right in front of the police officer. I said, oh my God, what's going on with these guys? They're just killing their girlfriends, they're killing their wives and all this kind of stuff. Move on. Learn to move on. It's more fishes in the sea. Funny you say that. Look at it. You see all these different type of fishes in the sea. It's fishes in the sea you don't even know about that you never heard of. You haven't seen, laid eyes on. Hey, find you somebody else. No woman is. Don't go to prison over a woman, and you done in her life, and if she got kids, you done took her away from her children, and then you sitting up in prison, rotting in prison, because all of a woman. Come on now. I don't care what that woman doing. She can lick you from head to toe, in the crack, the balls, the tip of the penis, everything. Make your toes stand up and curl and flip and whatever. I don't care. You, you will get over it. You have to learn to move on. Do not take nobody like men. If you out there and you listen under the sound of my voice, move on. Do not take nobody's life. Do not mess up your life. And then your loved ones got to deal with all that because, hey, I know how it is having a loved one incarcerated. My son is incarcerated and it's a lot of work. Now, he didn't do nothing. He just got caught up in the system. They ain't got no evidence. He ain't killed nobody, nothing. He ain't do none of that. He ain't killed nobody. He ain't stole nothing. He just was at the wrong place at the wrong time, and somebody made a gesture that he did such a thing, and he ain't must do it. So, and I'm not saying it because of my son, but hey, it's a lot of. He just got caught up in the system. He been in there about 12 years, and he is still trying to work on getting himself out of there. We are working with an attorney now. And like I just told him, hey, dudes got to be paid. Hey, they got to pay you for your time and your hardship and going through mental issues and all this kind of stuff. And it's a lot of people is in prison that just been caught up in the system because once you get in this system is not justice, no justice at all. The ones that do the crime, they don't even spend that much time in jail. But the ones that the ones that do the crime, they don't spend that much time in jail. Did I say that? I think I did. But the ones that ain't do nothing, they want to slam the book at them. Slam the book. When I tell you slam the book, forget about it and never unlock the doors. But I tell you, I just want to come on here and let y'all know. I just want to let y'all know because I know that I just had talked about this in one of my previous videos, and then when I turned on the TV this morning and seen that shoot 'em up cowboy, I'm like, ooh, this is crazy, crazy, crazy. It just I told y'all, you don't have to turn. Hey, you don't have to look at the news here every day to see what's going on, because like I said, I only look at it on Mondays and Fridays just to see what's going on, the weather and all that kind of stuff. To see if it's gonna rain, how the weather is, how I should dress and all that kind of stuff, and making sure no crime and all that ain't going on in my area. Just watching my surroundings at all times and being, know how to move around here. But It's just something else. It's just something else. You know. So we have to just, you know, with this gun law thing, with these guns in America, we gonna always have this problem in America. It's gonna always be all this crime going on. It's gonna always be because people, you know, road rage, get mad, you know, and there's a lot of people behind. And like I said, mental illness is running rapid here, and all over. People, you know, you think they normal. Like I said, you think they around here normal, but they ain't normal. They function. They need help. They really need help. I remember years ago somebody told me, you know, we got this hospital here in Atlanta, Georgia called Grady, and you know, when I meet people from Atlanta, I say, "Oh, you're a Grady baby," because most people who live in Atlanta was born in Grady Hospital, and I say, "Oh, you're a Grady baby," and most of them say, "Yeah," they say, "Yep, I'm a Grady baby," and I tell you, they say they had some years ago. I don't know how long ago, but they say some years ago they did had like a sixth floor at Grady, and I think it was for people with mental issue, and I heard they let them people go. They said they let all them people go. So you know what? A lot of them people, excuse me, a lot of those people are still out there on the street walking around, and it done. And I tell you, you know, I just left taking my nephew to work, and I'm looking, you know, looking, you know, like you go through different parking lots. I was cutting over, going to a Dollar Tree, and I'm looking at all these people sitting out there. I mean, you know, they looking like something going on with them. You know, they looking at you, they trying to wave you down, and I think it was a pleasant way. It was a whole bunch of them laid out. When I tell you that about 10 or 12 of them was laid out, but look like they didn't clean up over there. Maybe they made them go or something. But I tell you, mental illness is real, and we need these people need help. They really, you know, I remember the end of last year. I seen a man walking down the street. He just took out his penis and just peeing and walking. I'm like, oh my God, my God. And I know he talking to himself, and oh my goodness, you see people, you just see so kind. If I was to take pictures of all of that, but I'm not. I just have to. Oh my God, just, you know, ask the universe to help them, asking to help lead